Have you ever pondered the presence and history of black people in Japan? It's a question that might seem unusual at first glance. After all, when we think about Japan, the images that often come to mind are of its unique culture, the bustling city life, the tranquil temples and gardens, and of course, the homogeneous Japanese society. The history and experiences of black individuals in this land of the rising sun, however, are seldom mentioned, much less extensively documented. Voiceover. Have you ever pondered the presence and history of black people in Japan? Long before the skyscrapers and Shinkansen trains, Japan's history was already rich and intricate, interwoven with stories of people from different corners of the globe. Among these lesser-known narratives is the story of early black presence in Japan. Voiceover. Japan's rich history intertwined with early black presence. Yes, you heard it right. Black individuals did not just start appearing in Japan in recent times. Their interactions with this island nation dates back several centuries. One, the most fascinating accounts from this unexplored history is that of Yasuke, a black samurai who served under the Japanese daimyo Oda Nobunaga in the 16th century. Voiceover. Yasuke, a black samurai under Oda Nobunaga. The origins of Yasuke are in mystery. It's believed he was a slave from Africa who found his way to Japan with Jesuit missionaries. Against the backdrop of feudal Japan, Yasuke's story is a testament to the early interactions and shared experiences between black people and the Japanese. Fast forward to the 20th century, the presence of black people in Japan increased notably, particularly after World War II, with the influx of African-American servicemen stationed across the country. This led to the formation of a more visible black community in Japan, comprising both expatriates and mixed-race individuals. Despite their long-standing presence, the journey of black people in Japan has not been without challenges. Voiceover. Challenges faced by black individuals in Japan. From facing discrimination to battling stereotypes, their experiences mirror the broader issues of race and identity within Japanese society. As we begin to unravel this complex history, we step into the world of remarkable black samurai, Yasuke. Voiceover. As we begin to unravel this complex history, we step into the world of the remarkable black samurai, Yasuke. A tale that not only sheds light on the black presence in Japan, but also challenges our preconceived notions about race and identity. Indeed, history is full of surprises. Once upon a time, in the 16th century, a unique figure emerged in Japan. A black man who would come to serve the mighty daimyo, Oda Nobunaga. His name was Yasuke. Today, we journey back in time to explore the extraordinary life of this remarkable individual, the first recorded African to reach the Japanese archipelago. Yasuke's origins are shrouded in mystery. Was he a slave or a free man, possibly a merchant or a soldier from Portuguese Mozambique in East Africa? Yasuke's mysterious origins and journey to Japan are what bring us here today. Following a path far from ordinary, he reached the Japanese shores around the late 1570s, not as a lone wanderer, but in the company of Jesuit missionaries. His imposing stature, strength, and distinctive black skin made him a spectacle in a land where most had never seen a black person. This fascination reached the ears of one of the most powerful men in Japan, the daimyo, Oda Nobunaga. Intrigued by these stories, Nobunaga requested to meet Yasuke. Their remarkable meeting led to Yasuke's induction into Nobunaga's service. The black man from Africa, once a foreign curiosity, was now serving one of the most powerful men in the realm. Yasuke's role as a samurai, a title reserved for the military nobility, takes us to the heart of Nobunaga's court. He participated in campaigns and even engaged in combat. His most notable battle came during the Honnoji incident, a coup against Nobunaga, led by one of his own generals, Akechi Mitsuhide. Yasuke fought valiantly alongside his master. However, despite their best efforts, Nobunaga was defeated and chose to commit seppuku, a form of ritual suicide to maintain his honor. Yasuke survived the battle and continued to serve Nobunaga's heir, Oda Nobutada. However, his time in the spotlight was short-lived. After Nobutada's death, Yasuke was captured by Akechi's forces. He was handed back to the Jesuits, marking his eventual fate. The last historical record of Yasuke is from the year 1582, the same year of the Honnoji incident. After this, he disappears from history, leaving behind a legacy as mysterious as his origins. Yasuke's tale is one of resilience, illustrating the first notable interaction between Japan and black people. His story, while extraordinary, is a testament to the complex and often overlooked history of black people in Japan. It paints a picture of race and identity in Japan that's multifaceted and ever-changing. The story of Yasuke, the black samurai, stands as a beacon in the misty annals of history. His life may have been filled with trials and tribulations, but his legacy continues to inspire and captivate us, centuries after his time. A story of resilience and courage, and a testament to the enduring human spirit. Fast forward to the 20th century, World War II saw the arrival of an unforeseen surge in the black population in Japan. As the remnants of the war started to clear, Japan found itself under the ruling of the Allied forces, a significant part of whom were African American servicemen. This became a pivotal moment in the annals of black people in Japan, as the nation experienced a surge of black in a magnitude unforeseen. These servicemen, carrying their roots from various parts of America, were stationed in Japan as part of the post-war restoration and peacekeeping mission. They penned the start of a fresh chapter in the relations between Japan and the black community. These soldiers served as cultural diplomats as they interacted with the locals, showcasing a different facet of the black experience to Japanese society. Their presence, triggering initial curiosity, gradually started to blend into Japanese societal fabric. During this era, the soldiers weren't the only black individuals journeying to Japan. There were also students, intellectuals, and professionals seeking opportunities in the land of the rising sun. They sought education, employment, and sometimes simply a chance to immerse themselves in a culture strikingly different from their own. The engagement between the Japanese and these new arrivals was not without its obstacles. Language barriers, cultural differences, and pre-existing stereotypes often led to misconceptions. However, these obstacles were not insurmountable. Many black individuals constructed lives in Japan, forming relationships, starting families, and contributing to their communities. This post-war era also witnessed the birth of a new generation of biracial individuals, children born of Japanese and black parentage. Their experiences were unique, navigating the complexities of dual identity in a predominantly homogeneous society. Despite their physical appearances often setting them apart, they grappled with questions of identity belonging while being Japanese by birth and upbringing. As the years rolled by, the black community in Japan grew, becoming more visible and diverse. They were no longer just transient soldiers or visitors. They transitioned into residents, neighbors, colleagues, and friends. They carried with them their music, their cuisine, their style, and their enriching the cultural panorama of Japan. However, their presence was not always met with acceptance. Societal attitudes towards black people varied, ranging from fascination to prejudice. The journey towards integration was uneven, marked by areas of resistance, discrimination, and stereotyping. Despite the challenges, the black community in Japan persevered, carving out spaces for themselves in a society learning to navigate the complexities of multiculturalism. The presence of black people in Japan during this period also dramatically influenced the country's popular culture. African American music, fashion, and sports found an audience in Japan, influencing its entertainment industry. The impact of this cultural exchange is evident even today, as elements of black culture continue to shape Japanese pop culture. Reflecting on this period, it is clear that the post-war presence of black people in Japan was not just a historical anomaly, it was a transformative force. It initiated dialogue, cultural exchange, and mutual understanding. It broadened the Japanese perspective to appreciate the diversity of the human experience. This era marked a significant shift in the black experience in Japan, setting the stage for the modern-day scenario. Today, the black community in Japan is as diverse as ever, consisting of individuals from all walks of life, each with their unique stories and experiences. Their presence, their contributions, and their struggles are an integral part of the tapestry of Japan, and their story is far from over. In the modern era, Japan is recognized for the dynamism and diversity of its black community. This community is a vibrant congregation of individuals hailing from a multitude of backgrounds and cultures. It comprises of expatriates, individuals who are of mixed race, and those who come from native Japanese roots. There is a noteworthy presence of this community in various areas such as sports, arts, entertainment, and business. They pose challenges to traditional conventions and are advocates for a more inclusive society. Yet these individuals face their own trials and tribulations. They are subjected to racial profiling, discrimination, and other unfair treatment. However, despite these adversities, the Black community in Japan maintains a confident and unyielding spirit. They have established supportive social structures, campaigned for better representation, and played a significant role in reshaping the perception of race and identity in Japan. Although they are faced with numerous challenges, the Black community in Japan ceaselessly contributes towards enriching and shaping the cultural landscape of the nation. As we delve deeper into the experiences of Black individuals in Japan, it is essential to confront the challenges they have faced and continue to face in a society that has often struggled to come to terms with its own diversity. Discrimination in its many forms is not a phenomenon unique to Japan, but it does carry its own specific nuances and context within the country. For Black individuals, this discrimination often stems from preconceived notions and stereotypes, deeply rooted in the country's historical lack of exposure to racial diversity. One of the most pervasive challenges faced by Black people in Japan is the perpetuation of stereotypes. These stereotypes, fed by limited and often biased representations in media, have created false narratives that Black individuals constantly have to navigate. From being seen as primarily athletes or entertainers to more harmful and demeaning stereotypes, these misconceptions significantly impact their day-to-day lives. This has a tangible effect on the opportunities available to Black individuals in Japan. For instance, job opportunities can be limited by employers who are unwilling to look beyond the color of an applicant's skin. In some cases, companies have been known to reject applications from Black individuals based on unfounded fears of language barriers or cultural differences. Similarly, housing discrimination is another significant issue. It's not uncommon for Black people in Japan to be turned away from renting apartments purely based on their race. While such practices are illegal under Japanese law, they persist due to lack of enforcement and societal acceptance. The intersectionality of race and gender also presents unique challenges for Black women in Japan. They face a double-edged sword of discrimination, where they are often exoticized and objectified, while also being marginalized and dismissed. This multifaceted discrimination can lead to significant mental and emotional stress, and is a stark reminder of the systemic issues that still need to be addressed. Voiceover. Yet, the journey has not been without obstacles. Discrimination faced by Black individuals in Japan stems from stereotypes and historical lack of exposure to diversity. Challenges include limited job opportunities and housing discrimination based on race. Intersectionality of race and gender presents unique challenges for Black women in Japan. These issues underscore the need for further discourse and understanding. In the realm of education, in the face of adversity, there have been Black individuals who have made their mark on Japanese society. Ariana Miyamoto is one such figure, a mixed-race Japanese woman who made headlines in 2015 when she was crowned Miss Universe Japan. With a Japanese mother and an African-American father, Miyamoto's groundbreaking win not only challenged stereotypes, but also sparked conversations about race and identity. Then there's Bobby Ologun, a Nigerian-born television personality who has become a household name in Japan. Known for his infectious humor and charismatic personality, Ologun's popularity has not only helped bridge cultural gaps between Japan and Africa, but also has shaped a more inclusive perception of Black people. In the world of sports, Abdul Hakim Sani Brown is another force to reckon with. At just 18 years old, this promising sprinter of Nigerian and Japanese descent became the youngest ever 100-meter and 200-meter double champion at the Japanese Championships in 2017. His success on the track has inspired young athletes in Japan and showcased the potential of mixed-race individuals in the country. These individuals have not only challenged stereotypes, but also influenced the perception of Black people in Japan. Travel back in time with us as we delve into the history and experiences of Black people in Japan, which serve as a mirror to the broader issues of race and identity in Japanese society. As we near the end of our journey, we find ourselves reflecting on the unique and intricate tapestry that woven together. This tapestry tells the story of Black existence in Japan, a story as diverse as it is complex. We start with Yasuke, the Black Samurai, a tale of courage and determination in the 16th century. He rose from the shackles of servitude to serve under the powerful daimyo Oda Nobunaga. His story is a beacon of hope, a testament to the human spirit's ability to rise above adversity. Transitioning to the post-World War II era, we find an increase in the presence of black people in Japan, African-American servicemen who became a part of local fabric, contributing significantly to the growth of the black community. We then take you to the modern-day Japan, where the black community is vibrant and diverse, reflecting the global black diaspora, a melting pot of cultures, traditions, and experiences. While the journey has had its hurdles, such as discrimination and stereotyping, they do not define the black experience in Japan. Instead, they serve as stark reminders of the work that still needs to be done in the ongoing fight against racism. Yet amidst these challenges, there are stories of triumph and influence. Black individuals have risen to prominence in various fields in Japanese society, from sports to music to acting. Their success serves as a testament to the power of determination and perseverance. We continue to explore and understand. We learn that every story contributes to the rich tapestry of Japan's history. Remember, the black experience in Japan is not a monolith. It's a narrative that continues to evolve, shaped by the experiences and contributions of each new generation. Every story, every experience contributes to the rich tapestry of Japan's history and challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question preconceptions, and to recognize the complexities of the human experience.